Hi, I'm Justin Caffrey and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a guided seated meditation. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. 70% of people who watch this video don't subscribe, only 30% of people who do. My offering in these videos is content to share for people who cannot otherwise afford to work with me. This is a channel which is of service to a broader audience. So any support you can offer in terms of sharing, in terms of liking, and please comment below and let me know how this lands with you, is really beneficial. I'm going to do a guided seated meditation. So I'm sitting here with my back supported. I have an MCL injury, so my knee is quite heavily supported right now. So I just have one leg underneath, the other leg is outstretched, and I may adjust a little bit as I go to assist in supporting how best I feel. You can do half lotus, you can do lotus, you can be kneeling, you can be seated on a chair, you can be sitting on the floor with your legs out in front of you, really adjusting and supporting what feels best for you to support yourself during this meditation. We will of course be focusing on nasal breathing and in particular accessing the vagus nerve and shifting to parasympathetic. I'm going to give you guidance throughout the meditation. I will sound a bell to start the meditation, and I will sound a bell to signify the end of the meditation, where the invitation is to open the eyes and conclude. So if you have got your seat adjusted, if it feels okay with you, during the practice you can close over the eyes, and at the sound of the bell we should start. So just closing over the eyes and maybe first connecting into the breath. Maybe finding that place where you find the breath most vivid. Maybe it's the inhale and exhale through the nose. Maybe you notice a heat exchange, warmer air on the exit, cooler air on the entry. Maybe it's the rise and fall of the belly and the abdomen. And just noticing that the breath is the anchor. Throughout your day, we have the informal ability to use mindfulness, to use breath work, to use meditation. The ability to just simply access the breath. And just making the breath a little bit more subtle, if possible. Just softening the exhale. Slightly extending the exhale over the inhale. So we're 4 seconds in and maybe 6 seconds out. Maybe softening again a little. Noticing that if there was a piece of tissue paper in front of the nose on the exhale, we're softening so much that the tissue paper would not move if somebody was watching. And throughout the guidance, the mind will wander and ask questions or time travel into where you've been, what's happened, where your regrets are, or worries of the future, or what happens next, or can this be slower or faster, and that's okay, that's what the mind does, and that's what is part of the practice. So just bringing that attention span back to this moment, the breath. And then we're just going to bring this attention out to the broader senses of the body as we're breathing. Almost imagining like a tree. The breath at the center of the tree. The tree rooted and grounded. And within the tree, we extend out to the branches and to the leaves. And at its extended point out through the tree's branches and out to the tree's leaves, we have this connection to all of the thoughts. Maybe all of the noise in the house, the rooms, the other rooms, the street outside. Right out at the extremities, all the things that we can hear. The thoughts as they move around. Noticing the thoughts, not trying to intervene or interfere, just noticing the thoughts, hearing the sounds. Being out at the extremities, the leaves, which are sensing everything, the movement of the wind, the heat, the cold. Alive and aware of all around. And then we move back within, back to the central structure of the tree, back to the stability of the breath. Bringing awareness to the body breathing again. Maybe it's the rise and fall of the belly where you can bring your attention. The inhale and exhale through the nose. And then just bringing that spotlight of attention to the body as it's sitting here. We're just dropping in to get a sense of the support being offered here by your chair or the floor. Maybe noticing how the back is supported. Getting a sense of how the back feels. Noticing if there's any need for an adjustment here at all. But maybe just noticing the need for adjustment before the adjustment. Then deciding, is it necessary, or can you notice it and see what happens? If you're sitting without your back supported, maybe giving some consideration to the need of possibly being open to back support as we practice. remembering as we slow down, it's the complete opposite to how we live our life. Notice how supportive you can be to go to a gym or go for a run. How challenging it is to be with the breath, to be seated, to be still. Coming back to the breath again. Bringing some subtlety to the breathing, softness, especially the exhale. And of course, noticing the mind wanders, as the mind always does. And just bringing it back to this moment, this breath. The only place that we can have influence. The next moment, the next breath. Maybe just bringing the attention, the awareness to the feet. Just noticing the sensations around the left foot. Its contact points here with the floor or the mat. Be noticing the surroundings of the left foot. Sock or shoe or cold floor, warm floor, carpet, tile. Getting a sense of noticing how the foot is from the top of the big toe to the back of the heel. Up to the knee on the left leg, bringing that spotlight of attention up along the shin. Arriving in here. Noticing what's here in this bony structure, this critical joint. Following the spotlight of attention up along the thigh and up to the hips and the hip bone. Noticing the mind wandering off, and that's okay. Just bringing the attention, the awareness back to the guidance, to the point of attention, the hips, the hip bones. As we slow down the body and bring ourselves into stillness, it's where we can find our true self. The storm of life slows down, the wind ceases howling around the leaves, the branches come to ease, the leaves settle. We open to the idea of stillness. Maybe noticing a sense of discomfort as we sit here. even bringing the attention to a sense of discomfort in the body. Moving that spotlight from the hips, from the pelvic bone, and moving to the point of discomfort and noticing what's it like to rest there for a moment, to bring that attention to the discomfort and breathe with the discomfort. Maybe noticing the discomfort like the leaves and the branches being hustled and pushed in the wind. But as we settle the attention to discomfort, is there a possibility to simply be with it and see if it adjusts? Or can we lessen it even with the exhale, with a softening, with a letting go? Again, just another moment to bring that softening, that letting go, almost like a melting of ice to water. The exhale is a softening, melting, letting go, letting go, letting go. And then again, coming back to the body. Noticing the mind may have wandered off again, and that's okay. Every time we bring the mind back from its time traveling into the past or future, each moment that we bring it back to this practice is a moment of mindfulness. We are just hoping for an ability to pay attention to this moment-to-moment experience as best we can. We're not striving to be a particular way, we're just simply trying to be with what's here in this practice, which each time we show up is different to the last. No particular way, just simply moving to the point of being, away from the idea of always doing. Opening up to the idea of being of service to ourselves, slowing down the nervous system, accessing that parasympathetic state, and bringing the mind back to the practice, back to the right side of the hips. Just noticing the right butt cheek connected to the chair or the floor, and the sensations of the lower back being supported. And then bringing the attention down from the right side of the butt cheek, down the underside of the thigh, noticing again the contact here between clothes or floor. Down the back of the knee and the calf, and into the right ankle and the right foot. Maybe noticing just in the right foot, how does the right foot feel? Same as the left or different? There's been a passage of time since we were in the left foot. Same or no difference at all. dropping the spotlight of attention into the right heel, tracing the shape of the heel with the mind. And then moving from the right heel up to the right big toe. And again, see if you can trace the shape of the tips of the toes, moving from the right big toe across the lines of the other toes until you get to the right middle toe, the pinky. And then just bringing a sense of the shape of the whole of the right foot. Maybe broadening out the spotlight of the whole of the right leg and then incorporating the whole of the left leg. And expanding out again to get a sense of seeing the whole body as it sits here in practice. Maybe getting a sense of how the body feels, the mind feels now as we've been practicing for quite a few minutes. What's here? A desire to finish or to be with the practice? What if you label the emotion? What emotion is here? Can you sense where that emotion is held in the body? Can you even bring the breath and the attention to that part of the body, to that emotion? And maybe once again, just bringing ourselves from this breath and expanding out once again from the center of the tree, out through the branches and out to the periphery, the leaves. Bringing our awareness once more to the sounds in the room or outside the room, or outside the home, outside on the street, or the noises that we can hear from the garden. And then noticing all the thoughts that might still be here. A sense of awareness to simply notice those thoughts, not a desire to be within them, just seeing them as they pass. Each thought almost being like a leaf that blows off the tree and simply lands in the river and floats away. There are thoughts, and then there are you. Both exist and don't need to be continuously connected. And then just bringing the attention back from the leaves, through the branches, back to the center of the trunk. Back to the breath where you find it most vivid. Realizing that this breath, this ability to slow down, is available throughout your day, 60 seconds, 90 seconds of just breathing, slowing down the inhale, and then making sure the exhale is more slower, more gradual. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Thank you for practicing, and when you're ready and if it feels okay, you can open your eyes. Thank you for practicing. We will have had an opportunity to connect to the nervous system, to move us into that parasympathetic state, out of that fight and flight, doing, and meeting being, the simplicity of being. And even if it was only for a second, a millisecond, that's good. And even if it didn't happen, that's fine. There's always the next time, and the next time, and the next time. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for allowing me to assist in your practice. I wish you well in the day ahead, and please, if you can, practice on a daily basis. We are stepping slowly but surely up along a path that brings us to the center, the stillness, the place to connect to trueness, oneness, and an ability to have some clarity of mind and the capacity to be more centered and clear in our decision making and our interaction with our loved ones and our fellow humans as we move through life. My name is Justin Caffrey. Thanks for being here. Please do like and subscribe and put your comments below. Let me know how this lands for you today.